I'm Rich Morse with Stabila. Today we're going to be talking about our layout stations, the LA180 and the LA90. We're going to talk about functions, specifications, setup, and troubleshooting. Let's start with the LA180 first. Let's start from the first step of placing the batteries in the unit. What I want you to do is lay the laser down on its side. The reason being, when you remove the battery tray, it can become top heavy. On the rubber shielding here will protect the lenses. When you remove the battery tray, it has a matrix of telling you which direction to place the batteries. The left tube is saying positive down, the right tube positive up. Let's go ahead and load it with our 4D batteries. When you open up the spring latch, make sure you don't overextend it. The reason being, it will lose tension. The next important step is to cradle the laser. The reason being is this dial indicator has to be below the battery tray lip for this laser to operate properly. So when we insert the battery tray, very carefully slide the tube in, making sure the indicator is underneath the battery tray lip. Lock it down, and you will see the indicator is below the lip, allowing the laser to move left to right freely. This is very important for the auto alignment to work properly. Now that we have that set, let's turn it on to make sure the batteries are in the proper position. As you can hear it power up, the laser's blinking. What that's doing, it's auto leveling. It'll self-level up to 5 degrees. If it was out of level, it would cause the laser to blink, telling you to pick up the laser and go ahead and clean up underneath it and replace the laser down. Now that you have that set up, let's talk about the beam range. What we have here is the beam range of 360 degrees this way and 360 degrees this way. What we could do to conserve battery life if you don't need 180 degrees, shut off one beam. That is the button on the left here. We're going to push that one off. Now it's leaving us with just the 90 degree mark. We could turn off one more beam, giving us just one straight control line, 360 degrees, projecting an overhead line. I'm going to turn on the other beams again. We are now projecting crosshairs above here. If you were doing any sort of overhead framing, you would be able to see those lines. I'm going to shut that beam off now, and we're going to turn on a horizontal beam. The horizontal beam, what that's going to do is allow you to shoot any sort of elevations, grade, soffits. Check for high spots and low spots in floors. The layout station has a unique feature. It's the shape of the housing. Unlike a rotary laser, we have the ability to set directly over the edge of a foundation. If you wanted to check a foundation for square, you could do it very simply by placing this laser directly on the corner. Let's talk about manual alignment. I'm going to turn on the manual alignment button. The laser will blink. During this time, you could go ahead and check slope, do any sort of pitch work you would like. Let's turn this back off and get the laser in position here. What I want to talk to you about now is the coarse setting and fine adjustment. In here we have 5 degrees of movement left to right. That's important for the auto alignment to swing left and right properly. You could also do a coarse adjustment if you wanted and get the laser set up. The other thing here is the knob. This is our fine adjustment knob. What this allows you to do is precisely align the laser very carefully and precisely. It's that simple to operate the LA180. Let's talk about the receiver now. This is our RF line receiver. This is our power on button. Simply push this button and you power up. The next button you're going to see here is the sound. High, low, and mute. Push it one time, you're on low. Push it one more time, and you're on mute. Take a look at the left side here. You will see a battery indicator giving us a full charge. It's very important for the laser to operate properly and the receiver to communicate. The other function you will see is this button right here. This is our fine adjustment bandwidth. Exterior, leave it on the wide setting. For interior, go to the narrow band setting. It is the most accurate. The 2 arrows are your manual adjustments to manually control the laser once you're beyond the range of 150 feet. The next is the key feature. That is the crosshairs target. That is your auto alignment button. By holding that down for 2.5 seconds, laser will start to auto align. You have just armed the receiver. I'm going to push it now, and you'll see it light up, letting us know that it's armed. You'll also see the target. That is indicated it is auto-aligning. When the laser's done auto-aligning, that symbol will disappear, letting you be able to move the receiver to go pick up the rest of your control lines. This is your line indicator. Opening that up, you can precisely put it on your control line or control mark. On the back side here, you have the kickstand. Opening up that kickstand properly allows you to set the receiver on the proper angle. This gives the laser the best chance of finding the receiver on the reflector. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and we're going to talk setup of the laser. When you're setting up your laser, it starts with one control line, either control marks or the control line. You have point A and point B. Let's set the laser up on our point A. We're going to turn it on, and we're going to place it over our A mark, aligning it with our control line. This is a very important step. To make the auto alignment process work properly, what I want you to do is make sure the laser beam is in the direction of your B mark or parallel to your control line. Understanding when you're exterior, you're not going to see the laser beam, so you need to find it. Simply pick up your receiver and move it left to right. This is going to identify that you're close to the beam. If you do not hear it, simply just go ahead and reposition the laser. I'm going to simply go down there now, and we're going to go to the laser and align to our receiver. Keeping on point A, align it till you hear tone. That tells us we're close. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the receiver and start our arming process. Here we go. Shield the receiver from the laser so you don't get a false reading. Arm it, crosshairs down for 2.5 seconds. Go ahead and place it on your B line. You could hear now the laser started auto align. This will happen at a range of 150 feet in auto alignment mode. The receiver has a range of 300 feet. It has an accuracy of 330 seconds at 100 feet. When the laser locks onto the receiver, a green light will come on. When the crosshairs target turns off, you are free to move the receiver to go do your 90-degree layout. Now what you could do is come over here and identify the second mark. That just established your 90-degree layout. You can mark the floor, you can mark it overhead. It's that simple. That concludes our training video of the LA180. Thank you for investing in the finest quality measuring tools on the market today. I know it's going to save you time and money on your next project. I thank you, and everybody at Stabila thanks you for your purchase. Have a good day.